there, I'm Nathan, better known as the Bishop of Balance, and I am trying to create epiphanies of beauty through art and design and music. And I have a friend here, and I did an artwork for him a while ago, but I wanted him to be able to explain a little bit about the background of it and what it means and all of that sort of stuff. So I'll just leave it up to Andre.
Hi there, my name is Andre Agostini. I'm originally from Brazil and I live in Australia for some years now. And I want to share with you an experience that I've had, and it was quite life-changing and quite significant for me. And it came out of a dream. And a lot of the times I've just ignored dreams. And you know, we all have dreams, we all have some weird dreams sometimes, and some crazy dreams, and some fun dreams. And this dream was a weird dream. I went to bed just as a normal night, just like regular life. And in the middle of the night, I start having this dream. You see, I'm a photographer. I love photography. I love landscape. I love portraits. And there's this artistic vein in me, and I love that. And in this dream, I was just hanging out with some friends, and this random guy comes to me and says, "Do you want to see the most beautiful sunrise you've ever seen in your life?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." So I got my camera and we start getting to a van, like a beat up Volkswagen old van, and we just start driving and driving and driving and driving. And when I actually see where we are, the floor is just water. Very shallow, like 10 centimeters or even less of depth. And the van is just driving right in the midst of it. And I'm like, "Oh, this is cool, is that it?" And like, "No, we're still getting there." And I got to this place where there's a boundary, there's an edge. It's like a very long pathway of rocks or concrete, and clearly dividing the side where I was coming from to the other side of where we were going. And we got out of the van, I got my little camera, and I'm just ready to, just waiting for that perfect moment where the sunrise was gonna come. Normally, the sun rises from the bottom up. And that was different. As I'm expecting to see the same thing that I'm used to seeing, a little sparkle of fire just pops up in the sky. Just like a little firecracker, just goes poof. Just a little one, and then another one, and then another one, and another one. And they turn into those two big balls of fire. And I'm like, "What is that?" And they start circling around each other. And that thing started expanding, expanding, expanding. The more the two balls of fire would dance with each other in this perfect harmony, the thing would get bigger, to the point that the whole sky was consumed by fire. And I was taking no pictures. I remember in the dream, I just dropped my camera on the floor, actually dropped it, and I just stood in awe. I was just staring at it like for hours. In my dream, I remember just looking at the beauty of that magnificent, I don't know, I just can't describe it. And as if it's not enough weirdness, and then the unexpected happened again. Two whales, two animals, two whales start coming out of that fire. And they came in harmony. Just as the fire was dancing, the two whales was kind of circling each other and coming down the fire. And I'm just like, "What is that?" And I'm just in awe, just kind of like staring at it. And I remember the feeling of being in awe of that sight. And the whales then get in the water. And as they get in the water, they start swimming towards me, towards the edge where I was standing. And the moment the whales get really close to me, one of them just jumps right over me. and towards my side of the water. And when I look back, I'm like, oh my goodness, that wave is gonna just crack its face because it's shallow water. It's just 10 centimeters water. That wave is gonna crack its face. And I'm freaked out, but when I look back, that whale actually dives into just as deep waters as it was on their side. And they didn't stop coming. More whales kept being birthed out of the fire, coming towards me, kind of in this synchronized type of movement. Everything seemed to be in harmony. Every movement in the dream, the fire was in harmony, the whales were in harmony. There was just harmony, movement and harmony in how things were moving together. And I stared at this view, at this scene, for a good half an hour or even an hour, as I remember in my dream, just standing in awe, watching it happen. I woke up. Now here's the crazy part. You may think, bro, you just had a funny dream. You just ate too much before going to bed or something. We've all had these weird ones. But here's the crazy thing where I know this was not just a dream. I woke up. Now we're back to reality, right? Back to real life. I woke up, and the moment I woke up, I was crying non-stop, and I was laughing, and I was feeling cold and hot, all sorts of mixed emotions, all sorts of weird feelings, and I don't know how to explain it. I'm just in awe. It seems that everything that I was in awe in the dream, suddenly I woke up with that reality in my life, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm feeling, and I can't help but just keep saying in my own mother tongue, in Portuguese, keep saying, Glória a Deus, glória a Deus, glória a Deus, and this means glory be to God, glory be to God, glory be to God. And I couldn't help. And my wife wakes up next to me and she's like, what's going on? And I'm just crying. I'm like, wait, I'm having a moment. I go take a shower and I'm just crying, and I don't know how to explain what I'm feeling. It's just really overwhelming. I sit on my couch as I do in the morning, make my coffee, and I just stare at a blank wall. That's kind of how I start my day. I sit on the couch and for 20 minutes, I stare at nothing, kind of getting, loading up to get the day going. And as I'm sitting there, I start having the memory of the dream coming back to me. And as I'm envisioning everything that I dreamed, and I'm trying to give words to what I'm feeling, but there are no words to describe. It's just the feeling. There's just the overwhelming feeling of being rocked emotionally, physically, spiritually. It seems that my physical man, my spiritual man, and my emotional man, they all crashed into one and blew up. That was the feeling I was having that morning. And I remember thinking of the dream again and having God in my heart speaking to me. There are things I want to birth in my reality. And my reality may look a little weird to you because you're not used to looking at it. You're used to the usual. You're used to a sun rising from the bottom. You're used to whales not flying but being inside the water. You're used to the norm, to what's normal and what's ordinary. But I want to birth things into my reality. And I don't just want to birth them in my reality, but I want to manifest them into your reality. And the things that I birth in my reality will bring depth to where once it was shallow in your reality. It's gonna bring depth and understanding, and it's gonna make sense because I've created the world you live in to manifest my reality. And for me, it was pretty clear that it was a dream of on earth as it is in heaven. And just like I felt that in my heart that we're not to be scared when things get a little bit different, because we may be very used to the ordinary, and He wants to bring depth to the ordinary. He wants to manifest in the ordinary. God wants to encounter us where you're at in your normal life, in your regular job, anywhere. He's everywhere. He's not just in church, He's everywhere. And He wants to bring understanding that He is who He says He is, And I was in awe. And I even asked God, why not a monkey? Why a whale? Why not, I don't know, why not a horse? And I just sensed in my spirit that how often do you see a whale? It's such a majestic animal. When people see whales, I see all those videos on YouTube and stuff, people are like, whoa, it's a big deal. And I feel like what He wants to bring into our reality, it's gonna be a big deal, and He's already doing it, and it's gonna bring depth and understanding to where we stand on. And we are to embrace that, not reject that because it looks different. And yeah, maybe God really doesn't fit into the box. Maybe he really is a little bit weirder than we think he is. And maybe instead of being so afraid of the unknown, maybe we should just let him do his thing and just say, yeah, come on, show me what I don't see so it can bring depth to the things that I want to see. Yeah, that was my dream, and I wanted to give a visual to it, and I didn't know how to do it until I found Nathan. And as you know, the Bishop of Balance, and I found him, and we work with similar people, we have mutual friends, and I contacted him and I said, would you dare to just put an image to some crazy dream that I had? And he's like, let's do it. And it took actually months working on it, lots of calls, lots of conversations, and he was able to give me a glimpse of what I saw, because it was so special that I didn't want to lose it. And I have it hanging in a massive canvas in my office where I work, and it's something that I don't know why I saw what I saw, but I know it was real, because I woke up with all the symptoms of a supernatural experience, and that was real, and that was life-changing. Yeah, thanks very much, and have a good one.